In today's video, we're going to look at all the different lights inside Iclone 7 to light up your scene. This can be very confusing, so I hope today's video will help you, so stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. And if you are new to animation or you want to start out in animation and you think there's so many things you need to buy, software, maybe you don't even know where to start, what to get, or you feel you don't have the finances to buy everything, well, I've got some great news for you. I compiled a list of all the software that you're going to need that are free. So these aren't pirated copies, these are actually freeware, so it's made available to the public for free. So this includes 2D animation, 3D animation, storyboarding, video editing, audio recording and mixing, and script writing. All the software you're going to need. So I compiled this list, and if you want it, in the description box below there's a link. Just click there and I will send that list to you. Also remember my Start Animating community. The doors have closed, but the free plan will always be open. So make sure you can go and sign up, join the free plan. It does have limited options, but you can be part of the community and you can get a taste of what it's all about. So it's open for all animators or those who are starting out in animation. You all are welcome, and like I say, the free plan is open, so go and sign up. I'll also have the list, a link in the description box below where you can go and sign up. Now today we're going to talk about lighting inside Iclone. Now I have to confess that in the beginning I really struggled with lighting because there's so many things to think about. It's more than just adding a light onto your character and that's it. There are so many things that you need to think about, and in today's video I'm gonna show you all the different lights that you need to consider when you light a scene inside Iclone. I'm sure that this is basically the basics. I'm sure all the other 3D animation software, it will be different, but the foundation will be there. I think the basics will be there. So I'm sure that you can take this and kind of have an idea. Doesn't matter what software you use, that you can apply this in those software as well. Obviously it will just work a little bit different. So I'm going to work in Iclone today. And this is something that if you know what the different lights are, and that's what I'm going to cover, then you know what you're going to need to light up your scene. And then you can just practice. I think to light up a scene does take some practice, and I'm not going to dive deep into lighting a scene. I just want to show you the different lights that you need to consider, and then you can go and play around with it. So in front of me I've got a scene, and as you can see it is quite dark. You can't really see anything there. So the first light I want to show you is auxiliary light. So if I click on that, it will basically light up my scene. Now what this does, this is quite important. This is only a flat light, and this is perfect when you do your animation, when you're busy animating or moving, creating your scene, etc. This is good to have your auxiliary light on, just so that you can see what you're doing. Otherwise your scene is going to look like this and you're really going to struggle to light or to animate. So you can just use this auxiliary light. You can see what you're doing, and once you are done you can just switch it off, or once you've finished animating you can just switch it off, and then you can start to light your scene. So this is basically the first one you need to know, is your auxiliary light. Then the next one is image-based lighting. So you'll probably see IBL. So what that is, if you go to visual, you will see image-based lighting, and here are different images. So you can load different images there, and basically what it will do, it will use this image to light your scene. So if I activate it, it will basically use this image, and you can add different images here to create different types of lights. So you can also then just move obviously you can move this image around. Basically, this is a sphere around your scene. So it will light up your scene with the sphere image. So you can move this sphere image around so that you can obviously see there are two lights. And so you can just move to the bottom, rotate IBL, and there you can now rotate, and it will have an effect on your scene as well. Now, just one thing to remember regarding this, regarding IBL, is that if you have objects that are very shiny, reflective, like mirrors, etc., it will actually reflect your IBL image. So a thing that I've seen on YouTube, and it's something that I do, is I will create my scene the way I want it. I will then put on my auxiliary light so there's no reflections or shadows or anything. And then I will create in Iclone you can create a 360 image. You can export a 360 image. So what I will do is I will do that, and then I will import that image as my IBL image, and then that will light up my scene. So if there's any reflections, I can then just rotate that image so that the reflections match the mirror, etc. So your lighting will also be a lot more accurate. So that is one technique that I think is really important to note when it comes to IBL. The next thing is, let's just take off our IBL. Let's just minimize everything. The next one is ambient light. So here you will see it is currently on black, and that is just to add some ambience to your scene. So let's say we make it this blue, and you see what it does. It just adds that ambience. So this is nice if you have night scenes and you want your scene a little bit to be blue. So you can really get creative with your scenes here. So that is basically ambient light. So if you want it to be neutral, you just turn it to black and everything will be normal. So that is ambient light. So that is a great way just to add a look and feel to your scenes. Then there is global illumination, and that is basically here there's a button at the top. You'll see enable global illumination, and what that will do is that is basically how your light reflects from objects. So that is also very, very important to know. So if you want, if there's a light shining onto a blue wall, then there's going to be a little bit of a blue reflection around that wall on your furniture or objects close to the wall. So if you want your scene to look a little bit realistic, it is important to activate that global illumination to make sure the light reflects correctly inside your scene. So I'm just going to take that off. Then there are the three different types of lights that you can add to your scene. So let's go to scene. I've got all three here. The first one is directional light. So I'm going to activate it, and let's just take off. There you can see there is my directional light. So you can't move your directional light around, but you can rotate it. So if I just move out a little bit and I deactivate, there you go. So I can rotate my directional light. So this is very this is for environmental lighting, so the sun, the moon, stuff like that. So this is your overall environmental light. So this is great for sun. So you can see you can now just add the direction the sun will be shining. Okay, and then you can also just change the color. So if you want it to be like moon, like moonlight, there you go. So now it looks like it is night, and there's some lighting shining through the window. The moon is shining through the window. So the first one is directional lighting, and this is, as you can see, nice to have lights coming through a window. It really creates a nice atmosphere. Then the next one is spotlight. So let me take this one off. And this is a spotlight. So spotlight is nice to create, what can I say, concert lights. If you have a light in your, like a lamp in your bedroom or lights in your room, you can use spotlights. Spotlights you can actually move around, so we can basically move it around. You can also rotate it so that it rotates, and it will also create a shadow. That is very important. And then you've got some settings here. Multiplier is how bright it is, and so you can really create a nice atmosphere with your multiplier, and you can also change the color of your light. So let's make it red, and that is now red. So you have a lot of options with this, and it's important to remember that you can, or this will cast a shadow. Then the final one, let's remove that, is your point light. Now your point light doesn't cast any shadows. So this is not to have a light inside a room or something like that. This is actually very nice for two reasons. The first one is, I would say, if you want to have a certain area lit. So for instance, you've got a outside there's a street lamp. Now you don't want any shadows, you just want the look and feel like there's a street lamp there. You can do that, or what you can do is you can put it close to your character. You can just adjust the multiplier and you link it to the face. So when you do animation, your character's face will always be lit perfectly, so you can make your adjustments, make sure it looks perfect, and so it won't cast any shadows. So your character's face will always be lit very nice. So this is one thing that you can use your point lights for. So guys, this is all the different types of lights inside Iclone. I did this, like I said, this is not a in-depth tutorial on lighting a scene. This is just the different things, the different lights you need to consider when you light your scene. And the best way to learn is actually to know these different lights, know what they do, know what you use them for, and then you just go and practice. You go and light different rooms, different scenarios. Try to lit a night scene, try to lit a day scene, try to lit a nightclub, because there's different types of lights. Try and lit different scenes and use all of this to your advantage to make sure you have great scenes, because this really takes practice, but you need to know the different lights. So guys, I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know in the comments if there's anything, any tips that you can give on lighting your scenes. What techniques are you using? Let me know in the comments below. So from me, Ian, I'll see you guys next week with another video. God bless and happy animating.